I was reminded tonight reading a note from someone who's been studying our material. He used the term "a place at a time" and mentioned how some places, the kind of Nidhogg places, often you can go away, and if you pass by there years later, it's like nothing changed. People are stuck there. They're stuck in neutral for years, doing the same thing over and over. And he used the phrase "a place at a time," and this reminded me of a place that I saw that would have been a great setting for a weird science fiction story. Definite Twilight Zone material. It was Gonzales, Texas. It had a bus station on a hill. And when you were on the road, you could see the houses, the road, the trees. But once you went on that hill, all you could see were little hills and trees. It was like everything disappeared. And it was a bus station that was strange, bits and pieces from different eras, you know, and you could expect a time warp there. The bus from 1928 comes in, and then the bus from 1972, and they pass each other and don't even notice. It would have been a great science fiction story. But I think of another place at a time. I was doing construction, and a friend of mine had lined up some jobs in the Mid-Atlantic states, so we would go from one to the other. And it was in the winter, and a lot of these were towns that, you know, basically had summer tourists and stuff. And in the one town, there weren't too many places to eat. It was the off-season. But there was this one little, I guess you could call it a sandwich shop. It was really, you know, not much. They served beer. You could pick up a sandwich. I think they served that prefab pizza, the stuff you know, they threw into the little oven, the frozen ones. There wasn't much of a place, and we'd go in there sometimes after work, and there would be this collection of characters there, like you'd see in the back of a bummy bar. There'd be a couple of young guys, there were a couple of old guys who were sort of stuck in nowhere, and just a weird place, but a nowhere place. We talked to these people a little bit. It's like this is where they were stuck, this is where they were. And we did a job there. We were there for maybe 2 weeks and we were gone, and I never thought of the place again until maybe about 7, 8 years later, when we were going down, you know, taking a little trip, me and some friends of mine, a little road trip, and we stopped in this town. I says, I remember this place. I said, let's go over and see if this sandwich shop is still there. You got to see this place. It's like the silliest place I'd ever seen. And we go in, and it's as if we never left the place. One of the same bummy guys is still sitting there, the other bummy guys there. The young guys have changed, but they're all doing the same thing. And I'm saying, wow, you know. So I said hello to the one guy. I didn't even think he'd remember me. And he said, how you been? You know, you still working a job? And it's like, well, they're caught in a time warp. They don't change. So it's a very strange feeling. But often people who are in neutral, who are degenerating, who are in that Nidhogg frame of mind, they don't do anything. They don't change. They're still doing the same old stuff. And if one or two of them are gone, there's always one or two to take their place. And it's just strange to be reminded of this. The monotony, the ennui, the unchanging of people who were caught in Nidhogg's little world, who were in his back pocket, so to speak. In these slums, skid rows, sleazy gin mills, or just neighborhoods that are going nowhere. And in one case, a little sandwich shop that's, we had gone past there again a couple years later and it was gone. And maybe that was for the better. Maybe the town got rid of its little Nidhogg joint. But it's really something to think about when you experience it, to see the principle in action. And this is the Nidhogg principle that draws these people away from everyone else and sort of puts them in a place where they just stay there and they can't infect or infest the rest of society. It's another working of the universe. And a strange story and a fun memory. Well, not a fun memory, but a funny memory. Because I certainly didn't like the place, you know. But what can you do? You look, you see, you learn. Life teaches you. Life verifies what we learn. Life verifies heathen principles. And this is a case of verification of the Nidhogg principle. Good luck with your studies. Have a good one. This is Uncle Thor.